guys, it's Carolyn with Crafting with Wine, and I am going to share another process video of putting together a 2-page 12 by 12 scrapbook layout. And this layout, I cut all on my Cricut Maker, and I bought a design file from Marjorie Designs, and it's titled Seaside Girls. Marjorie Designs is my favorite, all-time favorite SVG die-cut designer, where you can purchase online, obviously, and download. So they're all electronic files, obviously. So, and what I'm starting with, obviously, it's a beach layout because it comes, the title of this file is Seaside Girls. I started with a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock that's these different colors of blue, and then I put down an 11.5 by 11.5 piece of cardstock that actually looks like it's actually scallop shells, and they're all in there all together, and it looks so beautiful. Let me see here. Get some things out of the way. I used Craftsmith. This comes from Michael's, and it's from their hot buy pads. And I bought these last year, I believe. And this one is filling Naughty, and Naughty is like nautical, N-A-U-T-I. I used a lot of papers or cardstock from this pad, and then another hot buy from Craftsmith from Michael's is the Mermaid Coast. So I used both of these paper pads. And then every image on my layout is from Marjorie Designs except for the title, because this file didn't come with a title, and I wanted a cool title, and when I get to that, I'll share that with you, what I did, or what I used. So my first image that I'm going to lay down, and it's a different sun, and it's more like a sunrise image, and again from those papers, with the exception of the yellow center of the sun, and this peachy color comes from my paper sacks. And this came with clouds, and I cut it like this. I'd put it together like this and cut it. So if you put them together like that and cut it, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about with the dimensions, because the clouds were included in my dimensions, and I cut it 9.22 by 4.66, but I'm not going to use the clouds, I decided afterwards. And I already cut off the top of this oval because I'm going to butt it right up to the top of my image here, and that's why I did that. And I'm going to go ahead and lay this down. And most of my images I did ink around with my Tim Holtz Distress Inks in the color Vintage Photo. It's my favorite, obviously, because I use it all the time. So I'm going to place this right up at the top here, my little glowing sunrise. It's going to go right there. And then I have some sand that came together. This image all came together in this sand here, and it came with some grass sprigs that I'm going to put down here. And this layer of sand I do have popped up on foam tape. And it also came with a lighthouse. So I'm going to put it down too. So my, I did cut my lighthouse separately, but all of this, even the sunshine or the sunrise came in this image. I cut the sunrise separately, and I cut the lighthouse separately. And the lighthouse is cut at 7.87 by 10.70. And then I cut my sand separately, and it will be the sand and then 2 sprigs of grass. And I cut never mind, I cut it all together. I did not cut it separately. I did tear it apart and cut it separately for my other page, but on this image it was all cut. All of these images here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 were all cut together. So, and with that, it measures 7.87 by 10.70. So, sorry about being so confusing there. This piece of sand, I am going to lay down flat. I'm going to lay this twig of grass down flat. As well, and I'm going to put it right down here at the bottom. Like so, and I'm going to tuck this piece of grass behind. Like that. Now, I'm going to lay down my lighthouse flat. And so far, everything is paper pieced together. I did do some print and cuts on this layout. And mainly because I'm going to have a lot of small images on the layout as well. And I'm going to put my lighthouse in the center of my sunrise and on top of my first layer of sand. Now the next thing I'm going to do is lay down this sprig of grass. And I'm going to put it right about here. Now I'm going to take the foam tape backing off of this piece of sand. And my sand is cut from the pattern paper and it has little scallop shells on it. And I'm going to put it right about there. On my foam tape. And then I have cut a little crab, and my little crab is cut at 1.18 by 0.95, and I cut it in pattern paper as well. Now with him, he's part of my title, and so I'll share what file he came from when I get to my title. I just duplicated the crab part of my title because I wanted more of the little crabs. And I'm putting him down with wet glue, and I'm going to put him right there, climbing up the little sand mound. Looking cute, I think. Now my next image is going to be my photo mat. And I've got the dark pink layer cut at 4.5 by 4.5. I've got the little neutral layer with the scallop shells in it, which exactly matches my sand, cut at 4.25 by 4.25, so it will hold a 4 by 4 photo. And I'm going to place it right up here on the top of my layout. Now, the next image that I want to lay down comes, again from Marjorie and Designs, and it is my little beach umbrella. I've got, it's a couple layers done, and I've got these 3 layers here popped up on foam tape, and then the rest of them are flat, and it's going to go right about here on my layout is where I want to put it. Then I have another sand layer that I cut, and this one is came together with the next image I'm about ready to show, and the sand here is cut at, oh, I got the umbrella and the sand, and I'm going to put the sand here. My sand has another little layer to it that I popped up on foam tape. This is all one image. Then I have a little sand pail, and it's full of little seashells that I'm going to pop right here. And these 3 images I cut as one file, and when I did the measuring, and how I measured this was 8.62 inches by 6.23 inches. I'm sorry I'm being a little confusing on this layout because I tore so many things apart when I was designing it to make it different sizes, because this comes with another image in it as well. So what I'm going to do is turn this over and lay my umbrella down flat. And I ran out of ATG tape. Okay, let's see here. I have scissors somewhere. That piece is still sticky. I'm gonna put it right there. And cut off the non-sticky parts of it. Okay, I'm going to put wet glue on the stick of the umbrella. I'm going to put it right there. Now for speed purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and use some more of my wet glue here from my sand, because I don't want to stop and fill up my ATG gun at the moment. I'm going to move it down closer to the bottom because the sand, when you see it on the beach, is in different layers, obviously. And then I have another sprig of grass that I'm going to pop down. And put it over here, tuck it behind the sand there. Now I'm going to put down my little sand pail. Sand bucket pail is what I'm trying to say. And I'm going to need to add a little piece of foam tape behind this one shell because it's going on top of more foam tape. And I want it to stand up and stick out. If I can get it to stick. Yes, and my little shells that's in my bucket, my little sand pail here, I did use Winkostella on. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then my other little mound of shell that I have, or sand, that I have popped up on foam tape. I'm going to put right there. And then my next image that comes in this set with the umbrella and the sand pail and stuff is a little girl with a little sprout in her hair, and she's holding a sand dollar, and she turned out so stinking cute. I did pop her little nose up on foam tape. I popped her little feet and toes up on foam tape. She's holding a sand dollar that I've got popped up on foam tape, and then this arm and hand I have popped up on foam tape. And my little girl is cut at 3.14 by 4.40, and I also popped her little face up on foam tape, her whole head up on foam tape, and then everything else is flat, so I'm going to set her down flat. And I'm going to put her right there. Okay, and then I have some extra sand dollars and a starfish, sea star, whatever you want to call them, cut out. And my little sand dollars are cut at 0.93 by 0.94, and I did do these as print and cut. And my starfish is cut at 1.14 by 1.18, and I also did those as print and cut. And you're going to see these on the next page of my layout. They are also print and cut the exact same size. So I'm going to lay these down flat. I'm going to put one right over here by the crab, and I'm going to put this starfish right up here. I'm going to use my other sand dollar here. And then these little scallop seashells I cut out of pink and blue paper. They came with my little girl and her umbrella, so I'm trying to decide if I want to use these or not. And at this point, I'm not going to use them. I may come back to them though. So we'll see. So that finishes the left side of this layout. So let's get this one out of the way and move my right side in so we can finish it up. Okay, I have my other page here done exactly the same way with the same cardstocks from the same paper stack. And my next image is a sailboat. And with my sailboat, it's cut at 7.62 by 8.27. It did not come with this water at the bottom. It's an oval that I added and included and cut at the same time, grouped together and cut at the same time with my sailboat. These decorative parts of this sail I do have popped up on foam tape. So I'm going to lay this one down flat as well, but I need to get something real quick.
Get some chili. I'll be back.
I wanted to get some of my score tape because I have not filled my ATG gun yet. So, and I don't want to use all of my good wet glue on this because it'll take a lot. I love this red line score tape. It's really strong. I get it from Amazon in a 4-pack of 4 different sizes. So if you haven't checked out my Amazon storefront, please do so, because this is in there, on there for you to get. Or I'm sorry, I said 4 different sizes. It comes in 3 different sizes. And this is the middle one. This one is a 1/4, and then the next one is a 1/2, and then the smallest one is 1/8. So you can do so much when you have the different sizes. And then I bought a separate one that is like 3/4 of an inch. So that works out well too. So, and I'm sorry I didn't notify my husband that I was getting ready to film. So you guys did hear him come in a few moments ago and tell me he was going to get some chili. My husband loves chili, and I typically only make it in the fall and winter because that's the type of food it is, right? But he loves it and eats it all the time. And sometimes, even in the summer, I will make a huge pot and put in the fridge so he can munch on it for a while, because chili's always better the next day or so. I'm just using the back end of my bone folder here to make sure the adhesive gets adhered well there. I am going to use a little bit of wet glue. No, I'm not going to use any wet glue on my flag because it's going to come over my photo mat. So I knew I left that off for a reason. And now I'm just going to use my paper piercer with the point in on it, obviously, which makes it a paper piecer, which allows me to pull up the backing of my red line tape with ease. That backing has a lot of static electricity in it, so okay. So I'm going to place my little sailboat down here on the bottom, like so. And before I press that down, I want to see exactly how far over my photo mat's going to come. And I've got a little too much glue on the top portion of my sail. So I'm using my embossing buddy, which is basically baby powder, to take away the sticky, and it does instantly and beautifully. So now I'm going to lay down my photo mat. And so I'm going to have to stop and fill up my ATG gun with tape because this is taking too long doing it that way. And I'm going to put this photo mat right up here, which matches the other one on the other side. And now I can press this all down into place there. And it's coming together and looking so cute. And sometimes I really have difficulties I shouldn't say sometimes, I always have difficulties using pattern paper and different die cuts that I'm making, because I always second guess and question myself that it just doesn't look right. But I get so tired of using all this solid colors of cardstock that I have, and it gets expensive. Sometimes you have to, that I understand, but sometimes I just like being a little daring and using the pattern paper, and I try to stop giving myself a hard time, because to me it doesn't look so right sometimes. But when everybody else does it, it looks so amazing, and I just love it. So I don't know. So we'll see. Let me know if you think my color or my pattern cardstock choices was stupid or not. So who knows? I guess I was just looking for affirmation on that. I don't know. So I guess everybody looks for affirmation on something, right? So I'm going to pause to load my ATG gun. Okay, I got my ATG gun loaded, and then the sand that was attached to the little girl with the umbrella, I duplicated and I have recut, but I recut it a little bit bigger than what was on with the little girl, and I've got it, and it's cut at 7.28 by 1.53, and I'm going to lay it down right here, and I'm going to lay it down flat. Okay, got an ATG problem now because my glue, I put it on wrong, and I didn't peel everything away like it should have been peeled away. So let me do some surgery here. Oh gosh. Okay guys, sorry about that. I put it in backwards. So it was because I was in a hurry. I shouldn't have done that. Sorry about that. It works great now. It works great when you put it in the correct way. And I'm going to tuck my little sprig of grass right there. And then I have more of these little starfish and sand dollars that are cut the exact same way. And these I'm going to lay down flat, my little starfish. That one there. And then my little sand dollar I have popped up on a thickness of foam tape. And I'm going to put it right there. And then I have another little crab that I have cut out, and he's popped up on a layer of foam tape as well. And I'm going to put him over here as if he's trying to get back into the ocean. That's where he's going. And then I have one more photo mat that I'm going to lay down. Again, it will hold a 4x4 photo. Okay, I'm just having all kinds of ATG gun problems. Let's see if we can get this working again. If I can't, we'll move on. And I can't. So we're going to just move right on. I never have that kind of problem. I'm assuming it's my tape. It's what I'm going to assume. Or it could very well be operator error. I kind of doubt it, because I've been using an ATG gun for almost 20 years. So, excuse me. I swallowed very wrong there. And I'm putting this photo mat right down here. And then this is the only image that doesn't come from Marjorie Ann's Designs. And this is my title. And I also did it as print and cut as well. And I have it popped up on foam tape. And my title comes from Cricut Design Space, Miss Ann's Cuttables file, and it's Life is Better at the Beach. And I also did it as print and cut, and this is where the little crabs came from, is right here that I took from my title. And my title is cut at 4.18 by 4.77. And I'm just going to continue to apologize for this video. It's as if I've never filmed a video before, and I'm just 3, maybe 4, and I'm pretty certain I'm only 3 videos away from my 300th video. So I'll double check it and make sure, but I'm pretty certain I'm 3 away. So I'm so excited about that. And if you haven't checked out the contest or giveaway that I've got going on, you need to, because I think I have some pretty amazing prizes that I'm giving away, and there will be at least 10 lucky winners of my giveaway, and you don't have to send me anything. And I'll link, there's 2 videos talking about that giveaway, so I'll have that linked in the description box below as well. And then my final image is Marjorie Ann Designs calls this a seagull, but to me it's a pelican. And I think he turned out so stinking cute. And I've got part of his bill popped up on foam tape, the top layer, and I've got his top wing popped up on foam tape, and I've inked around the majority of all of my images. Some of them I did not, but the majority of them I have inked around. And I inked around the ones that I thought that I needed to, because I wanted them to stand out. And I'm going to put my little pelican right here. This was a super fun layout for me to put together, and I really enjoyed putting it together. Even though Cricut Design Space says this is a super large file. What does it say? It says, wow, that's a big file. It really only took me about 6 hours to cut everything out, paper piece it together, ink around the ones that I inked around, and film it. I'm counting all of this filming time, and I hope to goodness this video isn't 30 minutes. I'm counting on it to be maybe 20 minutes. So let's see. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check out the description box below for all of the things that I talked about in this video. I so appreciate you guys so much. I love the thumbs up. I love the comments. And I am just passionate about my subscribers. So thanks for watching and spending a little bit of your day with me. Cheers!